Hello again, everyone. Ambassador Terry, along with my business partner and wife, Linda Vettrus-Nichols, and a host of international friends and colleagues for a very special recording and discussion around book launch from our dear friend Jenny Landgren has a new book out, and we just happen to have a copy of said book, and we might be able to get it a little closer. There we go.
I am enough. Perfect title
Yeah, Linda,
for
won't you
Jenny.
help in on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect title for Jenny starting us out on our four-book series coming out one at a time. So Doris will be next in May. Today is the book launch featuring Jenny. So Jenny, any words of wisdom from you?
Ooh, words of wisdom will be
More
words of
words of wisdom
wisdom.
from you?
Yes. Oh, what comes to me is this group of people that I have with me. I've through my life known the experience of not feeling like I'm enough. And what that did to me is that it told me that it is not safe to be here. And when we are not feeling like it's safe to be here and we're feeling like I should constantly be someone else or do something else or feel something else, it keeps me from the burst of inspiration that is in connection and the discovery that is in spending time with people and being present in this very moment. So I love seeing everyone here in this room and just being reminded of people that have reflected that back to me that I am enough and that I'm safe being here and that I'm safe digging into this inspiration of this moment and how that has supported me in supporting my clients and speaking into their lives and what's been coming up as we've been sharing that journey together. So just gratitude, Linda, and I'm really excited to do this all together with all of you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And
Mhm.
on the back of the book, it says, "Welcome to High Vibe Conversations, where you will meet four women who share from their enoughness." Jenny Landgren, "Trauma is silent until it isn't." Linda Vettrus-Nichols, "It's time to write a new story." Dorrit Karlsen, "It's the little things that matter." Steena Marie, "Your voice is the most powerful tool." All right. So anybody want to jump in now? I'll clip that little comment.
But maybe we ask the
I think,
question. Go ahead, Mike. You raised your hand.
well, look, Jenny, you've come a long way, and I've watched you on at least part of that journey. And your voice really is your most powerful tool. In fact, it's the only tool I've got these days. And the journey that women have taken over the last 10 years, I don't know what it's like there, but here has been enormous. And women are leading the way in Scotland. I mean, in just about every sense, in business, in public service, and as they've always done in our communities. So I think it's a really exciting time. And you, Jenny, are right up there. You've got a voice, you've raised children, you've been through hardship, you've been through this, lack of self-belief. And people who come through that are the most powerful communicators of all because they've been in a place where they didn't have that confidence and now they do have it. So they can talk to people, from all walks of life and they will feel your authenticity and your newfound confidence. And that's a great thing. I look forward to reading your book as well. That's it.
You know, I,
Thank you, Molly. Thank you so much. It means so much hearing from you because I know you have your own experience as well of this life. Indeed. Thank you.
I would also reflect. Uh, Linda and I met Jenny quite a few years ago on the internet in a group, and there was that something. She was very shy and kind of unassuming. but there was something about her persona that drew us to her. And we are so glad that we did, because this awakening from that shadow figure 5, 6 years ago, however many years it's been, forever, it's lovely, uh, has been just such a joy. I hold you in such high regard and respect. So much so, ladies and gentlemen who don't know, her and I have co hosted a couple of lives, and we're probably going to do a couple more in the future. And it is testament to that growing person within you that's always been there, just didn't have a way out. And now you found that way out, and yeah, you are enough. You're fantastic. Anyone else like to hop in?
Well, add to that real quick. She is a powerhouse, and she, had a lot of blankets covering that up through 10 years in narcissistic abuse type marriage. So yeah, it's really been fun to be part of your journey of you expanding your life once again, Jenny. Kashira.
Thank you, Jenny, and Jenny.
Right.
I think I am the newest member in this group, and I never met you until the last event that was hosted by Ambassador Terry, and I got to meet you over there. And I think since then, I've been telling you this thing, that your energy, your aura is so positive, it's so calming, and you just have something special about your personality that without even getting into any deep conversation, I was able to pick up that energy. So that's incredible part of your personality. And everything that Mike said, that Ambassador Terry and Linda just said, I think I echo with every word. And these guys know you since long. I just know you like just yesterday, but you've got something exceptional about your personality. So you are enough. You are more than enough. And what you're doing in the world, it's inspiring. So I received copy of this book by Linda, and she mentioned this specific note that you don't have to read it all. You don't have to read, just come unprepared and have fun. I looked at the book. First of all, the cover is so beautiful. It's amazing seeing all you beautiful ladies out there and that confident blue color. That's amazing. But I started reading it, and the first page went by, and I couldn't stop. So I literally got up on my bed and I was like, okay, what is this they're talking about? So the most exciting part is that it is written in the most simplest language. The narration is so simple. It isn't taking any, twisted language or twisted turns. It's written in the most simplest conversational language, which is amazing. And everything is like well defined. I started by reading the story of Ambassador Terry and Linda. That was very intriguing. And then I came to a couple of parts wherein Jenny, there were few parts from your life. And I got to know in bits and pieces about all different ladies out there. And there is one thing that I have made a note of, which I am going to say it right here. So, Jenny, you said trust is the currency of every connection. When we meet in that place, that's when the magic happens. My God, such a beautiful line, such a beautiful line. And such a great reminder that whether in relationship and leadership, anywhere, when you trust in yourself, there is no looking back. You're just there and you are enough. So, I mean, this one line itself talks about how powerful insights are shared inside this book. And I wish you, all of you, all the very best with this book. It's a real fire in the world. All the best.
Thank you, Kashira. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll speak up if no one else wants to yet.
Go for it.
Yep. I don't know Jenny that well, just from LinkedIn. You four ladies are doing great work. I know Jenny and Linda a little bit, by the way, from LinkedIn, just from posts, and I deeply resonate with almost everything that you guys are saying. On LinkedIn, I've interacted with you a little bit in that context. I do spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. But I want to mention that I deeply resonate with the message of I am enough. In my own personal life, the I am not enough message was the dominant message for me, and it was very formative, unfortunately, in my life all the way until about 12 years ago when that shift started to happen for me. And I'm like hearing what you guys are saying about Jenny, and I wish I knew you more, knew all the details, but I can imagine, just based on my own experience, that my goodness, when that shift happens and you start doing the work that it takes, um, the evolution of a human being, once you realize that's not the right message and the I am enough is the real one, the actual one, that's true. And starting to live according to that, it's amazing. So congratulations on the book launch, Jenny. I'm looking for, I haven't read it, full disclosure, but I'm going to. I will read it, and I will read the other three as well. Looking forward to that.
Thank you, David. Just like Kashira, I've noticed your persona being on LinkedIn, giving from the overflow. It tells me that both of you have been doing the inner work to,
Mhm.
when something good happens for another person, you're just happy for them, and it's coming from the awareness that you are enough as well. And I just love seeing you both in here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love it. This is from the back of the book, too. If we are all pieces of a larger human puzzle, then we have nothing to prove. We are irreplaceable. No one does it better than we do. Do what? Do us. Knowing this takes away a great deal of stress, anxiety, and fear. Without those emotional stressors, we can easily open up and expand ourselves. Seeing ourselves as valuable creates more value, keeps us authentic, and is very important when it comes to client attraction.
Delightful, delightful.
Beautiful.
I'm reflecting on this family of people here. With the exception of David, you've all been my guests on various programs, and you have been a delight, all of you, in each of your ways to show that these high vibe conversations that you four ladies have are so relevant to what's going on out there for both men and women. And the feedback that I've heard, and this is pointed to you, Jenny, is they're just such nice people to listen to. And that's true. All of you have the face and the voice to watch on TV, because you're so genuine. People can see it, they can feel it. They don't have to be in your physical presence, and that's a delight. And I laud you for it. I truly do, Linda.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll throw it to whoever else wants to jump in here.
I'm new in this group. I'm also new in LinkedIn as well. I registered a long time ago, but I've been active less than a year actually. And I always thought it was a cold place, like distant people and this and that. But then I met you. I mean, first Terry, and then Jenny and Linda. And I felt so comfortable and warm, warmth, and this warmth that I felt, I think I read it in the book. For me, there were different angles on I'm enough, but I also felt that there was a search for warmth, because warmth is energy, right? Cold is the opposite. And warmth has to do with, expressing ourselves and being who we are. And the thing that made me wonder, and was very evident in the book, why we start without warmth, and where are we going to find it? And from your writings, it seems that we start at the wrong place, and then somehow we find the right place. And I think this is because there is like a rules of where you get warmth. Maybe you have to have a family. You hear the word family. Family is like, warmth. But family with whom? Or family with what? And as you say, I'm good enough for me. And family may not be necessary. And as you know, as you say right in there, like, I mean, I can be very warm with my dog, right? And why does it have to be a human being or whatever? So this openness, I felt it when I met you also. Any way you try to be warm, you can be warm. And it was a pleasure to go through this book and be in this journey right now in LinkedIn with all of you here.
Thank you, Theophanis. Right now, I am practicing what I teach. I'm practicing what I'm teaching my clients. If someone gives you a compliment, just say thank you and receive and take it in and expand. And I'm just so grateful for you, Theophanis, and everyone who made the decision to take this time being here and having a message, not only about the book, but to me. I am just allowing myself natural reactions and being here and taking it in, all of it. Thank you.
Well,
we had
Go ahead.
I met Jenny a little bit better when we had a discussion about what she's involved in and what I'm involved in. And I remember the things you said. It opened up a lot the issue of bridging my personality with warmth, being open, and bridging the professional and the emotional. And I remember that discussion we had, and I want to thank you for it.
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure.
That's a delight. Now let's hear a little bit from the beautiful islands of New Zealand. Miss Dallas, come on down.
Thank you. Out of this group, Jenny was the very first person I connected with. So it's thank you to Jenny that I've got to meet all of these amazing people. That ripple effect that you've had on me has, been incredible. It's been uplifting and positively changed my life. So I want to start with that. I've also had the privilege of seeing some of that journey from afar and watching you grow and find your voice and come through with strength. Be able to, I believe you've always had that strength inside. It's just been locked for a while and trapped there. And then through the help of your friends and yourself and your own self-work, you've opened that up. And now you're shining. You're amazing. Kashira is right. The energy that you give off is incredible. I love your calmness, how you speak, you stop, you have wonderful pauses between the words that you say. And so it helps people, just draws people in to listen to the words that you say. I enjoyed reading the book. I've actually read it twice now. I decided to read it again last night just to be fresh of mind. It's the second one of your books that I've read. But what I found really cool about this one is because I've been really privileged to be a guest on the High Vibe conversation and also watched a number of them. As I was reading the sections, I was hearing each of your voices reading the words out to me. So I could hear it been said to me, and it was delightful. That was really neat in a lot of ways. And it's my version of your voice, of course, so I won't spin it to you because it won't come across quite the same way as each of your voices. But the message is really powerful, that whole I am enough, and the different ways in which you both, or all four of you, kind of bring out a different version of that message, I think is really great, because for anyone who has the opportunity to read this book, I believe it will resonate with them because there's different voices along that journey of helping people understand, what does I am enough mean to me? And I think that was a really commendable approach. And it's quite a different way of writing a book, because it is like a conversation. And I know it was, but it from a book reading point of view, you don't come across that very often, you know? You're used to it being very structured and very formatted in a certain way. And I think that helps it stand out as well, and will help reach more people, and have people more feel connected with each of you. When they finish reading that, they'll feel like they know a bit about you, and they do, and they'll feel like, oh, I've just gained a couple friends, you know, I've actually connected with these people and I can relate to them. And if we can relate to the person who's speaking, whether or not they're keynote speaker or watching things like this, or reading the stories that someone is sharing with us, we're more likely to resonate with it. And so we're more likely to then go, oh, if they can, then I can, right? So that gives me the encouragement and inspiration to be able to believe I am enough. What a powerful phrasing. Really powerful. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, Dallas, real quick. Dallas was I was in the group, and Jenny was in the group, and the day Dallas and I met, we were like broken up into smaller groups within the Zoom, and that's when I met Dallas, and it was like, she's different. I like her. We clicked, Dallas, and it's so funny how you just kind of kept coming back in here and there, and you've been now a guest, and we just really appreciate the connection and how willing you are to just jump on with all of us and just say it like it is. It's really a pleasure to know you.
Yeah, Dallas is one of those people in my life, like, you can do anything and I will assume that you're coming from good intentions. It's just all good intentions. Yeah, it's all love. Thank you, Dallas.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I'd like to hear from other voices of the book right now. Steena and Dorrit, you want to hop in here a little bit?
Yeah, I would love to share a few words about my closest neighbor. I was so lucky to meet you, Jenny. It was pre-COVID. I don't know, 5-6 years ago, something like that. We were sitting on a Zoom, and I just remember thinking, what an angel.
Oh.
So frail. Oh, sorry. You seem so frail, and your energy was just so beautiful. And I thought, oh my goodness, she's just so, I don't know.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, something like that. But getting to know you after these years, oh my goodness, woman, you have something inside you, a force that just draws people in, and you do it with not with power, but with, I don't know, silk and unicorns and rainbows. We just want to be in your presence, right? And this is the third book that I've been fortunate enough to join in on with you. And watching you over these years and hearing what comes out of your mouth, it just goes straight to my heart. And I always learn something from you, even though we met like once a week on a Zoom for years and talked so much. And every time I ended up with like, she's got some golden nuggets, that one. And And I just love spending time with you, and I always look forward to us connecting. So thank you for letting me be a part of this. And I'll stop crying now.
Dorrit. I wasn't prepared for this at all. Thank you. I'm just opening up and taking everything in, and I love you. Thank you.
Love you.
Well, I guess I get the last word. Well, Linda or Terry will probably get the last word, but I am enough is for me a decision that who we are in this moment and where we are is where we're supposed to be, is who we're supposed to be, and we can be present with that. And we don't have to strive, and we don't have to reach, and we don't have to contort ourselves, and we don't have to put up with treatment from other people that asks us to do those things. And Jenny, that's something that you have lived and been an example of, and you've gathered the data that supports I am enough. It's there's a little sass in there, like I am enough. Thank you very much. And I love your I know we've got a Taurus generator here. My husband is also a Taurus generator. So when everyone's like, we just love you, we don't know why, I'm like, I get it. I'm married to one. I get it. There's just the like ambiance, the aura that is felt. And it really is a calm, confident, steady, soft power that people feel in the room and pay attention to. And you deliver your wisdom and stories with such grace. And it's been a pleasure to watch you give yourself that same grace along the way.
Thank you, Steena. Thank you so much. And I just love this time. This is so emotional. I love, love, love the time that we spend together, even if it's, with you and Dorrit and Linda, even if it's, a short time in the week. It's so impactful. And you're giving such guidance. Thank you in my life. I'm getting all giggly. This is as far away as you can come from trauma. This is like out of body experience because it's so good. It's so expansive. It's so huge I'm going to be really real. Like I was not prepared for this. I thought we were going to talk about the book. And you've been acknowledging and seeing me and reflecting me, and I'm just so grateful. I remember, living my life and the thoughts that I had about myself and who I was, having, the horizon being so close to me and being in a life of my inner being saying no to some things. And I would hear myself saying, okay, just compromising in my life. And I would hear my inner self saying yes to some things, and I would say, deny myself that. And the people who are here today has been a part of reflecting me and my worth and empowering me to say yes in life and recognizing that the horizon is the limit doesn't exist. And I love each and every one for this, and thank you for this moment and read this book. Like it's not just me, it's also Steena and Dorrit and Linda in this book, and it's really living lessons of the truth that we are all enough. Thank you, guys.
Like all of my lives, I'm also the unfortunate time. And we have run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you are watching this recording, thank you for doing so. And thank you for us four dudes to get in with these wonderful women to do a little American speak, right?
Oh.
And we do it with love and connection. And thank you all for being here today. Jenny, great book. I read it twice now, and there's going to be a third, I'm sure.